Welcome to my investigation of nationalism. Countries may just look like lines on the map, but there's so much more. They're a way you can identify yourself, and your whole worldview is based on it. It also affects on how you're treated through the world. Now, have you ever thought about how our current countries were created? I mean, there hasn't always been a Canada or a Burkina Faso. Those were all developed through a thing called nationalism. Is the belief that a particular ethnic group or nation deserves to have its own independent nation-state. It is often fueled by a sense of cultural unity and shared history among the group of people. The concept of nationalism played a significant role in the creation of modern Czech Republic. In the late 19th century, Czech people were living under the rule of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which suppressed their language, culture, and political aspirations. Czech nationalists began to push for the independence and self-determination, advocating for the creation of a Czech nation-state. Czech nationalism became an important political factor in the Austrian Empire due to the activities of the Old Czech Party led by František Balický. In exile in Western Europe, Masaryk was joined by Edvard Beneš and Milan Štěpánek. Masaryk envisioned a political union of the Czechs and the Slovaks, established contact with Czech and Slovak immigrants living in allied and neutral countries, especially the United States. In October 1915, in a public lecture at King's College London, he called for the establishment of small states in Eastern Central Europe based on the principles of nationality and democracy directed against the German plans for European hegemony. So who took part in the creation of the Czech nationalism idea? During World War I, Czech nationalist politicians such as Karel Kramář in the Czech lands and Tomáš Garik endorsed the idea of independence from Austro-Hungarian rule. Tomáš Masaryk preferred a pro-Western orientation. At the beginning of June, the commanding general in Bohemia, Alfred Wingergast, decided that the growing tensions would be dampened by military demonstrations of force. Military patrols were constantly passing through the city. Artillery batteries were deployed on Betten and Verchard. A massive military parade was held on June 7th, with military reinforcements from Kutná Hora and Hradec Králové. This then increased tensions in the city of Prague. So once the news of these military demonstrations started to spread, Prague students decided to catch on. On June 11th, Prague students met in Karlum and sent a deputation to Winterglash, demanding that the army ease the situation. They were rejected, after which the students issued them a leaflet and hung around Prague the so-called Red Poster. On the evening of June 11th, an assembly met at Winterglash Spa in Zadeš to discuss the situation. They decided to hold a mass demonstration in the name of nationalism and to fight back against the injustice from the army. So, on June 12, 1848, Austrian troops of the Prague garrison fired on the peaceful demonstration of the city residents. This caused outbursts of indignation among all strata of the population and incited the uprising. Student, artisans, and factory workers constructed barricades on the streets of Prague and fought against the Austrian troops. However, the insurgents neither had a plan nor a central leadership. This completely affected the relationships of the Prague citizens and their Austro-Hungarian overrulers. After all this fighting, the Czechoslovak National Council organized a provisional government on October 14th and declared its independence from Austria-Hungary on October 18th, 1918. To this day, Czech still stands strong with a thriving culture and population. Nationalism is both good and bad, but that's something for you to decide. Thanks for watching.